Good evening and welcome. You're watching India Upfront. I'm Padmaja Joshi. In the last 1 week, there have been huge protests in Jammu and Kashmir over an issue that so far did not find much resonance in the valley. But you hear a lot of it otherwise. We're talking about the issue of alleged forcible conversion and subsequent marriage, better known as love jihad. After at least 3 cases being reported from Jammu and Kashmir over the last 6 months, where girls from the Sikh community were allegedly taken away from their families, converted and then married off to Muslim men, the Akali Dal and the Sikh Sangat carried out huge protests from Kashmir to Delhi, asking that a law along the lines of what is seen in Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh be brought in J&K as well.
Kashmiri Muslims would stand with our Sikh brethren. मैं एक कॉमन सिटीजन हूँ, मेरा पॉलिटिक्स के साथ कोई लेना देना नहीं है, लेकिन मेरे को आज बर्दाश्त नहीं हुआ जब मैंने देखा कि सिख भाई जो हैं, बहनें जो हैं, सड़कों पे निकली हैं प्रोटेस्ट करने। हमें सबको आगे आना चाहिए और सिखों का साथ देना चाहिए।
वो क्या वहाँ जो हमारा समाज, हिंदू समाज रह रहा है कश्मीरी पंडितों की तरह, उनको भी निकालने की एक साजिश रची जा रही है। जैसे पाकिस्तान के अंदर धर्म परिवर्तन की परिभाषाएं चलती हैं, वैसे श्रीनगर के अंदर 2 लड़कियों को अगवा किया गया, उनका धर्म परिवर्तन कराया गया। 50 साल के बुढ़े की शादी 22 साल की लड़की से करवाई गई जबरन।
We are demanding the same thing, that same law should be implemented in Jammu and Kashmir, because Jammu and Kashmir is now directly under the rule of central government, and this should be implemented immediately because ethnic cleansing is going on. Hindus, Sikhs and other minority communities, they are being targeted by the majority community over there.
But first, let's take a closer look at the cases of these girls, which has created a firestorm. First, let's talk about, which is in fact the most disturbing story that has emerged so far. It's from Rainawadi in Srinagar. An 18-year-old girl was allegedly abducted at gunpoint and married off to an elderly man who already had 2 wives earlier. In fact, the parents of this girl say that this 62-year-old man took their daughter, who's differently abled, away from Srinagar to North Kashmir. It's after a week-long manhunt that this girl was finally recovered, and it's only after the family's sustained protest that she was handed back to the parents by the court. The second case is also from Srinagar. It is of 26-year-old Viranpal Kaur, who converted and changed her name to Khadija and got married to 31-year-old Mansoor Bhatt. But while her family is also alleging forcible conversion, now Khadija has actually approached court seeking its protection and saying that because she has engaged in an interfaith marriage, her own parents are creating trouble for her, they are harassing her, and that she even fears that her husband will be falsely booked. However, as soon as all of this emerged, the politics has already started. On the one hand, you had the Akali Dal, the BJP, several other Hindu organizations, Sikh organizations who dashed off letters to this union government, to the Lieutenant Governor, saying that bring in a law so that something like this is not allowed to recur. However, not just parties from the valley, but elsewhere in the country also are seeing this with suspicion as an effort to try and drive a wedge between the Muslim and the Sikh communities, who they say have coexisted peacefully for long.
One must not forget that it is BJP which is in power in Jammu and Kashmir. And one must also not forget that these are 2 cases which the communal Sangh Parivar is using to create hatred for the whole Muslims.
देखिए, ऐसा जो चीज़ें होती है, कोई अगर व्यक्तिगत रूप से किसी के साथ हुआ है तो उसको देखना चाहिए और जो कानून में प्रावधान है उसका इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए।
Don't you think that anti-conversion law like UP, Madhya Pradesh?
मेरा ख्याल है इसकी कोई ज़रूरत नहीं।
Okay, joining us now on India Upfront, Rajiv Chandrasekhar, MP and National Spokesperson of the BJP, Tausif Shah, Senior Leader of the PDP, Dr. Dinesh Varshney, Leader of the CPI, Danish Qureshi, Political Analyst. We'll be joined by National Spokesperson of the Shiromani Akali Dal, Manjinder Singh Sirsa, in just a while. But Mr. Shah, I want to start by asking you, why do you view this with suspicion? You've got the father of an 18-year-old girl saying that she was taken away at gunpoint. He's saying this on record. Mr. Tawseef Shah.
First of all, on the behalf of my People's Democratic Party, I'd like just to stand with my Sikh brothers. The case number one, which you're suggesting that she was taken on the gunpoint, the girl is physically disabled. So in that case, we would like to say that we have not yet done the investigations. But as far as you're given the situation right now, that she's a disabled girl, so we stand with our Sikh brothers, the person. And there's a lot of difference between the girl and the person whom she was married. As you stated, he's approximately 62 years old. So they should obviously, we have to give the time to the law, who would see and investigate. Besides, let me put forth one point.
Mr. Shah, I'll ask you very bluntly. The community is now saying that you should bring in an anti-conversion law in J&K like the rest of the country, like most parts of the country, like Uttar Pradesh, like Madhya Pradesh. Do you agree with that demand in principle as a member of the PDP?
Look, let me tell you that we are not against the law. Which the law, if it is supported with the people, we cannot oppose it. Secondly, the main thing that I would like to tell is that bringing such kind of a law, rather a Sikh girl turns to become a newly converted Muslim. Otherwise, you can say the Muslim boy, a Muslim girl converts to any other religion. You have to take care that we are living within the democratic fabric. We have freedom to speech. We have freedom to do once we become adults. So won't this be taking away the freedom from our children who want to live their lives on their way? So now the main point is that terming this as the love jihad, like we have been listening since approximately 48 hours. So we have to keep this in mind that we should not name this as a love jihad. This is not
all right. You don't want it to be. You don't want it to be called love jihad. This is an odd stray episode. Rajiv Chandrasekhar, the National Conference has been less circumspect, saying very clearly that there should be no effort to try and drive a wedge between two communities who have peacefully coexisted for long in the valley. Is that what is happening?
No, Padma. So thank you for having me on the show. First of all, I don't think we must move away from this narrative that anytime there is a crime or criminal activity being conducted, and that there is a proposal for legislation to deter those who commit those crimes, immediately there is a response to look at this through the prism of a particular religion or another religion. Now, this argument that having a law to prevent forceful conversions, having a law to prosecute those who induce conversions to those who are vulnerable, having a law, and everybody on your panel is agreeing, even the PDP gentleman is agreeing that this is wrong. Now, when the proposal is that there should be a law to prevent those conversions, prevent those forceful, violent conversions, prevent a gun being put to the head of a young lady and told that you must convert your faith, then suddenly it becomes about division between Muslims and Sikhs or Muslims and Hindus. How is that? I don't understand the mathematics of this, or I don't understand how this computes suddenly to becoming. This is like Digvijay Singh saying during the Batla House encounter that anytime the police acts against terrorists who happen to be Muslim, it is about attacking a community. It is not. Love jihad and leave the name aside. Forceful conversions, forced conversions, induced conversions is a problem. It is a problem in UP, it is a problem in Kerala, it is a problem in Madhya Pradesh, it is a problem in Jammu and Kashmir. This has been, people have cried hoarse about this for many, many years. And every time there is a logical, rational attempt to discuss this and to create a solution for this, immediately you have politicians coming in and saying, no, but this will drive a wedge. How is a law that is supposed to deter crimes going to automatically go and drive a wedge between Sikhs and Muslim brothers? And
Dr. Dinesh Varshney, why look at it through a political prism? Any crime should be punished and there should be a law for that.
If it is a crime.
From Kerala to Kashmir, there should be a law, shouldn't there?
If it is not a crime, how can you make it a crime? Girl is an adult girl. She said that she has gone with her choice. You cannot have a police on every love. What is the UP law? UP law is bunkum. It is nonsense. You are making a policeman, every love affair married couple has to go to the court and ask this permission from the district magistrate. What
Actually,
is this?
Dr. Varshney, if I may just interrupt,
are you living in a
one case of
monogram?
Khadija, she has said that yes, I went of my own volition. Another of an 18-year-old girl who is differently abled, the parents say that she was carried away at gunpoint. And there is no document to suggest that she is
carried away by gunpoint. Let the investigation goes on. But you know very well, as and when any elections are nearing, it is a tactics of the right reactionaries, including the BJP and other right reactionaries in the country, to divert it, use it as a diversionary tactic from the failure of the economy, failure of providing the relief to the people of India from corona, oxygen shortage, ICU bed shortage, and other things. Failure of job market.
So
everything.
why do you think Mr. Sirsa needs to use diversionary tactics? Are you suggesting that he is using this for elections in Punjab? And you are calling Akali Dal right-wingers?
Don't you know the Akalis were the allies of the BJP? And as and when the Akalis, I would like to know the history of the Akalis in the elections. What are their history of the elections?
So once you are ever an ally of the BJP, then you automatically become right-wing. Well, then in that case, there will be a lot of parties, practically every party in the country, which will be right-wing, including the National Conference and the PDP in Kashmir.
Look,
Padmaja. Mr. Sirsa.
No, Padmaja, just 1 minute.
This is cynical use.
Padmaja, just a second, please.
जो crime है, वो persecute होगा. अचानक से love jihad किधर से आ गया? Mr. Sirsa.
देखिए, सबसे पहली बात यह है कि ये मानने को तैयार ही नहीं है कि क्राइम हुआ है. प्रोसिक्यूट तो होगा, अगर पहले मानेंगे तो. क्राइम क्या है कि एक 18 साल की, जैसे मैं आपको सुन रहा था, उसके पेरेंट्स की बात आपने सुनी होगी. मैं श्रीनगर में ही हूँ, अभी मैं उन्हीं के घर पे था, अभी वापस उन्हीं के पास मैं जा रहा हूँ. थोड़ी देर में उनको आपकी बात भी सुना दूंगा और आपसे करा भी दूंगा. पिछले 3 दिन से हम इसी काम लगे हैं. बेटी 18 साल 1 महीने की है. मेंटली वो ठीक नहीं है क्योंकि उसका पहले भी एक बार ऑपरेशन हो चुका है. आप समझ सकते हैं कि 18 साल 1 महीने की बेटी, 1 महीने की, और उसका एक अध उम्र के साथ निकाह कर दिया जाए और ये कहा जाए कि ये इन दोनों की म्यूचुअली हुआ है. क्या ये बात किसी को जस्टिफाइड होगी? और जो करने की कोशिश करते हैं, मैं दावे से कह सकता हूं, जो लोग यहाँ पर बोल रहे हैं, जब वो घर जाएंगे तो उनके बच्चे भी उनको माफ नहीं करेंगे. क्योंकि आप किसी की बेटी है तो आपके पास इफ एंड बट हैं. अभी मैं नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस के अब्दुल्ला साहब का ट्वीट भी पढ़ रहा था, मैंने उनको जवाब भी दिया. आप इफ क्यों आ गया? हमारी बात आई तो आपको इफ वर्ड बाद आ गया, और जब आपकी बात आई तो आप पाकिस्तान तक का नाम भी ले देते हैं, तब भी आपको उस बात पे भी कोई परवाह नहीं लगती. लेकिन कम से कम आप ये तो देखिए किनसे बात कर रहे हैं. आपने कहा कि हम दोनों इकट्ठे रह रहे हैं. किसने कहा नहीं रह रहे? लेकिन क्या इकट्ठे रहने का मतलब अगर हाथ से हाथ मिलाकर गले से गले मिलते हैं तो ये तो नहीं कि आप हमारे पेट में चाकू घोंप देंगे, हमारी पीठ में चाकू चोंप देंगे. आज वहाँ हमारे जो सिख हैं, आप उनकी भावनाएं देखिए. मुझे पता है कुछ लोग वहाँ पे लोकल जो कम्युनिटी के आए, मैंने कैसे अपने लोगों को चुप कराया. वो इतने रोष में थे, कह रहे आपने हमें खंजर मारा है. आप वो लोग हैं जिनकी बच्चियों, और ये सच्चाई है कि आप हमारी भावना समझें. आप कुरैशी जी को मेरी बात कर लेने दीजिए. पहले 1 मिनट मेरा सवाल पे.
जैसे ही कोई कंप्लेंट करता है, दे आर टोल्ड कि आप बीच में लोगों के बीच में दुश्मनी फैला रहे हैं. So what is the minority not supposed to speak up and say कि हमारे साथ कुछ हो रहा है?
नहीं, आप मुझे
अच्छा, सिरसा जी को बात कंप्लीट कर लीजिए. कहिए सिरसा जी, कहिए आप.
लेट मी कंप्लीट माय पॉइंट.
हाँ, बोलिए.
लेट मी कंप्लीट माय पॉइंट. ऐसा है, देखिए, बेटी किसी की भी हो, जब बच्चों की बात आती है तो हमने उसमें भेदभाव नहीं रखा. अगर यहाँ पे सीए हुआ, यहाँ पे बंद पड़ा था सब कुछ, नेट बंद था, फोन बंद थे, उन बेटियों ने हमें अप्रोच किया. हम उन बच्चियों को सुरक्षित जहाज में टिकट देकर 5 लाख से ज़्यादा हमने तब खर्च किया था. और ये हमारे सारे नौजवान जो थे, उन लोगों ने उन बच्चों को घर तक छोड़ा, मतलब जहाज की टिकट देके नहीं भेजा, घर तक छोड़कर अपने माँ बाप के हवाले करके आए। यार ऐसी कम्युनिटी जो इस हद तक अपने बच्चियों को और दूसरे के बच्चियों में अंतर ना समझती हो, आप उनके साथ जाति करके और उन लोगों को बजाय कि आप डिस्करेज करें और कहें कि बिल्कुल गलत हुआ है और जिस मौलवी ने ये पाप किया है उस मौलवी ने भी गलत किया है, हम उसके खिलाफ भी कार्रवाई करेंगे। आप उसको जस्टिफाई कर रहे हैं, चलो जी कानून देखेगा, कानून होगा, कानून फैसला करेगा। यार किसी की बेटी के साथ ऐसा अत्याचार हो रहा है और आप अब कानून की बात कर रहे हैं। और जब जम्मू कश्मीर की बात हो रही तब तो नहीं आपने कहा कानून देखेगा, तब कानून नहीं था क्या?
ओके सिरसा जी, अब मेरी बात सुनिए। सबसे पहली बात तो हमारी सहानुभूति है उस पूरे परिवार के साथ जिनके साथ ये घटना हुई है। ये किसी भी परिवार के साथ हुई होती वो दुखी होता, चाहे वो मेरा परिवार हो चाहे आपका परिवार हो। लेकिन हमें यहाँ एक बात समझनी पड़ेगी कि पूरा देश एक तरफ हो जाए और वो बेटी एक तरफ हो जाए जिसे संवैधानिक हकूक मिले हुए 18 साल के बाद, तो क्या हम उसे वापस ला सकेंगे? पद्मा जी, मैं आपसे भी और सिरसा जी से भी पूछ रहा हूँ। दूसरी बात सुन लीजिए मेरी बात। हमारे यहाँ जो है कम्युनलाइजेशन को पॉलिटिक्स में इस तरीके से पेनिट्रेट किया जा रहा है कि एक बात आप मुझे ये समझ में नहीं आती कि दिल्ली में बैठी सरकार नरेंद्र मोदी ना तो धर्मराज युधिष्ठिर है जो हिंदू धर्म की सुरक्षा के लिए बैठी है, ना ही वो खलीफा है कि इस्लाम धर्म की सुरक्षा करने के लिए बैठे हैं। प्रधानमंत्री का काम है देश के हर नागरिक की सुरक्षा करना, और वो बेटी जो अगर दिक्कत में है कानूनी तौर पे तो उसको हर कानूनी मदद मिलनी चाहिए, ये हमारा मानना है और उसे मिलेगी भी, आप विश्वास रखिए। तीसरी बात कि हमारे यहाँ जिस तरीके का कम्युनल पॉलिटिक्स पेनिट्रेट दिन पे दिन होता जा रहा है, ये इस तरीके से चालाकी से संघ परिवार और उसके लोग ये दो इंसिडेंट को सिख और मुसलमानों के बीच में डिस्टेंस बनाने की जो कोशिश की जा रही है।
जैसे ही कोई बोले कि ये गलत हो रहा है, आप उनको कम्युनल बोल करके चुप करा देते हैं।
लेकिन आप सुन
आज बलविंदर सिंह सिरसा कम्युनल है क्योंकि वो कह रहे हैं कि ये हो रहा है।
पद्मजा जी मुझे सुन लीजिए, मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि फॉर सेक ऑफ आर्ग्यूमेंट पूरा देश अगर हिंदू हो जाता है तो प्रधानमंत्री क्या करेंगे? पूरा देश अगर मुसलमान हो जाता है तो क्या कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में कोई बाउंड्री लाइन पॉइंट लगा हुआ है कि इतना ही पॉपुलेशन हिंदुओं का होना चाहिए या इतना ही मुसलमानों का होना चाहिए? तो प्रॉब्लम ये है कि हम सुरक्षा नागरिकों की करें बजाय के धर्म की जो बात कर रहे हैं।
सिंपल क्वेश्चन बीइंग आस्क्ड इज कैन यू टेक अवे समबडी एट गन पॉइंट?
सुरक्षा अरे
आप कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पे कहां पहुंच गए? मैं तो आपसे बहुत ही बेसिक सवाल पूछ रही हूं कि एक लड़की को कैसे गन पॉइंट पे आप ले जा सकते हैं, सिंपल। और अगर उस क्राइम के लिए लॉ मांग रहे हैं तो उनको कम्युनल क्यों कह रहे हैं?
अगर गन पॉइंट पे या किसी भी तरीके का मामला है तो उसके लिए कानूनी प्रोविजन मौजूद है। गन पॉइंट पे गया है तो वो जाएगा जेल में, क्यों परेशान होने की जरूरत है? आप गन पॉइंट पे ले गए तो आप क्या समझ रहे हैं कि उसको छोड़ दिया जाएगा? गन पॉइंट पे अगर कोई किसी को भी ले जा सकता है। और जैसे कि कोई भाई साहब कह रहे थे कि इस देश में फोर्सिबली कन्वर्जन के लिए सारे कानून है, तो फोर्स जहां भी इस्तेमाल होता है उसके लिए कानून है ही। सिर्फ कन्वर्जन की बात नहीं है, जबरदस्ती किसी भी मामले में नहीं की जा सकती। पद्मजा
नहीं, पर हो रही है ना। आप सुनिए, जब आप जैसे लोग कम्युनिटी के इंपॉर्टेंट लोग जो सारा दिन टीवी पे रहते हैं, अगर वो भी कंडेम नहीं करेंगे, इसका मतलब क्या निकालें? आप हमें समझा दें।
अब हम उसके पक्ष में नहीं है, देख सुन लीजिए मेरी बात। हम उस बच्ची के साथ जो कुछ हुआ इसके पक्ष में नहीं है।
ये जो कुछ नहीं हुआ ना, आप ये देखिए, एक गोलमोल बात मत कीजिए। मेरी सबमिशन सुनिए, मेरी सबमिशन सुनिए।
बात कर रहा हूं मैं, बिल्कुल साफ तौर पे कह रहा हूं।
मैं किसी बात को कॉमनलाइज करके, अच्छा मेरी बात हमें मुझे बोलने दीजिए। देखो, हमने इसकी सेंसिटिविटी को इस हद तक समझा, हमने ट्वीट में भी कहीं मुस्लिम वर्ड को इस्तेमाल नहीं किया। हमने फिर भी ये कहा कि पर्टिकुलर रिलीजन का नाम ना लेके कहा कि वन रिलीजन, क्योंकि हम नहीं चाहते कि कम्युनलाइज हो कोई चीज। लेकिन ब्रदर, अगर आप ये कहीं अगर हुआ होगा मगर हुआ होगा, आप मुझे बता दें। मैं तो आपसे एक स्पष्ट बात पूछ रहा हूँ, क्योंकि आपकी बेटी और मेरी बेटी का मैं नाम लूंगा, ठीक लगेगा नहीं, लेकिन मैं फिर भी आपसे कहना चाहता हूँ, अगर आपके परिवार में, आप मान सकते हैं कि आपके परिवार में कोई ऐसा बच्चा हो सकता है जो 18 साल 1 महीने का हो और वो 55 साल के आदमी के साथ शादी कर ले? पहले आप मुझे यहाँ हाँ या ना में एक जवाब दें।
नहीं हो,
ऐसा हो सकता है आपके परिवार में?
मैं आपकी बात से इत्तेफाक
तो फिर आप ये कहें,
बिल्कुल
नहीं, फिर आप इत्तेफाक ऐसे मत रखें, मेरे तरीके से रखें। फिर आप ये टीवी चैनल पर कहें ये पाप हुआ है और पाप जिस मौलवी ने किया है हम उसके खिलाफ कार्रवाई कराएंगे। कम से कम मैं जरूर वीडियो डाल के कहूंगा कि मेरे भाइयों, इन सिखों के साथ बेइंसाफी हो रही है, और अगर आज हम चुप रहे तो हमारे बच्चे और आने वाला समय हमें माफ नहीं करेगा। कम से कम आप तो नेशनल चैनल पर ये बात कीजिए। गोलमोल बात क्यों करते हैं? हम तो नहीं गोलमोल बात करते, हम तो डटकर
दानिश कुरैशी
जी। देखिए सिरसा जी, हम बिल्कुल
if you are agreeing it's a crime, if Mr. Varshney is agreeing it's a crime, just say okay, there should be a law.
तो लेट मी अलाउ टू कंप्लीट। पद्मजा जी, मैं दो बात कह रहा हूं, सुनिए मेरी बात। एक बात तो ये है कि मैं फिर से यही कहूंगा, अब इफ और बट का मामला इसलिए है क्योंकि मामला कानून के हाथ में है। तो अगर उसको गन पॉइंट पे कुछ भी किया गया है तो कानून अपना काम करेगा, दानिश कुरैशी तो जाके कुछ कर नहीं सकता। दूसरी बात मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि अगर मान लीजिए कि इन्वेस्टिगेशन में ये निकल के आया कि जो भी बच्ची है उसने अपने मर्जी से किया है, तो फिर हमको ये बात समझनी पड़ेगी कि पूरा देश एक तरफ हो जाएगा, उस बच्ची की मर्जी जो कुछ भी होगी तो कोर्ट तो वही फैसला देगा। तो अगर कहीं भी फोर्स इस्तेमाल हुआ है तो उसके सामने कानून का हथियार होना चाहिए आप इसके पक्ष में। लेकिन
there is a provision in the law in these type of cases. There is a provision for camera hearing by the magistrate concerned. The girl has to go for camera hearing, whether it is Sirsaji or me or anybody else. There has to be a camera hearing, and camera hearing will prove. You know what happened in Adia case? Adia, entire India was shouting. All television channels were shouting. What happened in Supreme Court? That girl said that I am in love with that boy. I have married with my choice. So this has to be wait and watch. You cannot say that it is a crime. You cannot say it is not a crime.
Rajiv Chandrasekhar, 2 points. One, once when we start talking about cases like this, then the baby gets thrown out with the bathwater. For every 18-year-old girl whose parents are saying that she's been taken away at gunpoint, there is also a 23-year-old Khadija who has now gone to court herself. A Sikh girl converted. She's saying, I married Mansoor of my own volition. My parents are harassing me. So these are very grey areas. Can you have a law that addresses both the concerns of the 18-year-old and Khadija?
No, look, I think it is very, first of all, Padmana, I have to say this, that leaders and people across the spectrum, Sirsaji has just put this problem in the last 24 hours, and he had criticized the Love Jihad, the law, earlier. That's belated wisdom dawning, that's no problem. But communities from across the country, this is not a Hindu issue or a particular issue directed at any particular community. The Christians in Kerala have talked about love jihad. The Hindus have talked about love jihad. They have talked about love jihad not as about interfaith marriages. It is about forced conversion. It is about induced conversion. It's about using the threat. Using threats and violence and induced violence to convert people. Now the gentleman, Mr. Qureshi, says, no, the law will take care of it if it is at gunpoint. But does it mean that therefore only forced conversions under gunpoint will be prosecuted? What about forced conversions when a Maulvi sits or a priest sits or a pastor sits on somebody's head? And
there are an existing law for any kind of force used to convert.
No, one second. Padmaja, this is the, in my opinion, this is the politics of homilies. When a young girl is victimized like this, people come out on TV and say, no, but I am with her family. But they don't want to reform this. They don't want to make sure there is no other crime committed.
No, Mr. Chandrasekhar, none of us have supported the victimization of the girls. None of us supported the victimization of girls. We openly said that there be a camera hearing. There are provisions for camera hearing.
No, just a second. Since you are from the CPI, Dr. Varshney, just a second. Can I please have? I think it's very important. It's very important that you are here, Dr. Varshney, because you are also a member of the Kerala government. Your party is a member of the Kerala government, and in fact, this entire term of love jihad actually started in that state. And it hasn't ended, by the way. Let me quote to you an example from 5 days ago, where a local CPM leader from Mallapuram alleged his 40-year-old wife and 13-year-old son were forcibly converted to Islam through influence and coercion with the help of members of the Tarbiyatul Islamic Center, an Islamic study center based in Kozhikode. You know what happened to TP Gilbert? He was sacked by the CPM. So you sit on TV and you say, we're completely with you on the issue of forcible conversion, but you had a CPM man from Mallapuram saying that my wife and my son were converted, brainwashed and converted. He was sacked from the party. Now, which law protects this?
Look, Padmaja, in Kerala, in that case, you are talking of that case. You should know there can be a marital dispute between wife and husband and a daughter. This happens in many of the family. Family may not be a happy married life.
Sir, you're already,
there can be reasons, ideologically,
you on the one hand say
ideologically,
we sympathize with the family, and then you are whitewashing the crime.
Ideologically,
even while it is under
ideologically,
investigation, you've already
forced
whitewashed the
conversion.
crime.
But all the religious
And
bodies,
yet you
all
are
the religious
whitewashing it
leaders
as some
should
sort
be
of
very
domestic
careful
dispute.
That every love
Do you
marriage is
realize
not
the
a love
problematic,
jihad.
how problematic that is?
Look,
Nobody
if it
is
a
calling
forced
love marriage
conversion,
love
nobody
jihad,
supports
sir.
it. If it is a
Why
forced
keep-
conversion,
why-
but every conversion is being made as a forced conversion by the communal lobby is opposed. Therefore, we are very careful in these type
Rajiv
of
Chandrasekhar,
matters. These are
communal
social
lobby.
relations. These are social.
So you
These are
sympathize
social
and then you call it communal. Rajiv
It has
Chandrasekhar.
to be done from that angle, not from the law angle, not from the communal angle.
We started with this debate.
But sir, why is it communal if somebody just steps up and says this is a crime? Anyway, Rajiv Chandrasekhar, respond. Communal lobby is basically piggybacking on it.
Why not the community has decided to send this girl for camera hearing? There is a otherwise also this girl has to go for camera hearing if the parents are objecting.
Now,
as per the Supreme Court guidelines. I know
Okay,
this
sir,
is-
just let Rajiv Chandrasekhar respond.
जी, आप
Okay,
मानिए
let
इस
Rajiv
बात को।
Chandrasekhar respond on
आपके हर
the
काम से
communal
बहुत तारीफ करते हैं, आपको सलाम
people
करते हैं।
piggybacking.
Padmaja, I want to say this
Rajiv
in as Padmaja, I want to say this in as clear a way as possible. I don't think these kind of forced conversions or induced conversions are representative of the faiths of the four main faiths in this country. There are people who, in the name of religion, are doing for these forced conversions, and that is why I don't see why there cannot be a reasonable discussion on having a law at the state level that prevents people from using the faith that they are in to force people to be converted or induce people to be converted.
Chandrasekhar
I
ji,
cannot
already there
understand
is a
why
law. There is already a law against forced conversions.
Why people Varshney, the CPM who are atheists, why they have such a big problem in entering into a reasonable conversation about this?
We don't hide. We are an atheist. Yes, we are atheists. We don't deny. Every religion is a creation of human being. Human being is not a creation of religion. We openly say this thing. Religion is a matter of individual. Religion is not a matter of the state. That is why we are against the law. Religion is not a matter of the state. Religion is a matter of individual. Every religion is a every religion.
Okay, this is not about religion and atheism, sir. Please just answer the question. Please, Dr. Varshney, just answer the question.
What is that question?
The question is that people wake up to a problem only when they go through it. Rajiv Chandrasekhar also had an important question to ask of Mr. Sirsa, saying that earlier he had mocked the anti-conversion law and today he is the same one who is asking for it because he has faced it firsthand. Why can you not have a reasonable discussion about how a problem may exist? Nobody is demonizing a community or a religion. By the way, any such law will be equally applicable to all religions, right? Dr. Varshney?
Okay, Padmaja.
Padmaja, will you allow me to answer your question?
First of all, it should be clear
Padmaja,
to everybody. There is already
Yes, I will come back to you, Mr. Sirsa.
Conversion. There is already a law against forced conversion or any other force, as Danish was also saying. I agree to him. Second thing is, if it is a forced conversion, the girl has to go for camera hearing as per the Supreme Court guidelines. So
Okay, there is already a law. Mr. Sirsa, already एक law है one, और दूसरा आप पे ये भी इल्जाम लगा है कि पहले आप इस बात पे हंस रहे थे, अब आप मांग रहे हैं क्योंकि आपको पता चला कि खुद सिख लड़कियों पर ऐसा हो रहा है, के साथ ऐसा हो रहा है.
Otherwise cases also. There was otherwise cases. So I am not saying maybe forced conversion may not.
एक सेकंड, let Mr. Sirsa come.
Because girl is
Mr.
18 years
Sirsa.
old. If the man
Padamja, I'm shocked to hear
Mr.
this
Sirsa.
statement over here कि I was saying कि कानून होना नहीं चाहिए और today I'm saying that कानून होना चाहिए. तब भी मैं यही कह रहा था, आज भी मैं यही कह रहा हूँ. Let me reiterate my statement again. First of all, कोई भी ऐसा धर्म जो अपने लोगों को कन्वर्जन से नहीं बचा सकता वो कमजोर धर्म है. ऐसी जिम्मेवारी हम लोगों की है. धर्म के लोग जो है उनकी जिम्मेवारी है, वो अपनी जिम्मेवारी से भाग नहीं सकते. किसी पुलिस और कोर्ट की जरूरत नहीं होनी चाहिए कन्वर्जन को रोकने के लिए. पहली बात, मैं आज भी अपनी बात पे स्टैंड करता हूँ. दूसरी बात, उसमें मैं ना हिंदू की बात है, आपने कहा कि आज मेरे पे बनाई. मैं आपको पंजा ये याद कराना चाहता हूँ, पाकिस्तान के अंदर अगर हिंदू लड़कियों को लाने का काम किया है श्री तो मनजिंदर सिंह सिरसा के पास जाता. 300 से ज्यादा परिवार आज भी हमने अपने पास संभाल रखे हैं. ये जो टीवी पर बैठे इनमें से कोई नहीं गया था. तो मुझे कोई ये मत समझाए कि पाठ मैं केवल और केवल मानवता की बात करने वाला आदमी. आज मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ, आज मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि जो फोर्सफुल कन्वर्जन है उनसे बचाने के लिए कानून चाहिए है और उन बच्चियों को बचाया जाना चाहिए है। नाइदर इट वाज अबाउट द हिंदू गर्ल, नाइदर जो कानून ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट करता है यूपी में, इज इट ओनली फॉर द हिंदू गर्ल्स? नो, also for the Sikh girls, it is also for the Muslim girls, it's for the every girl from every religion. So how can somebody say कि अगर हिंदुओं की बात थी तो सिरसा ने कह दिया अस्कर और आज सिखों की बात है? Do that law exist for Sikh Hindus in the Uttar Pradesh? No. My question raised to me was different. Today again I would say, jihad word I would never use a pious word for this purpose. मैं किसी रिलीजन का दिल दुखाने के लिए नहीं हूं, मैं खुद एक धार्मिक आदमी हूं, धार्मिक प्रवृत्ति का आदमी हूं। मैं ये बिल्कुल जोरदार कह रहा हूं कि यहाँ की मेजॉरिटी कम्युनिटी ने हमारे साथ धक्का किया है। जो है यहाँ के मुफ्ती जो हैं,
I think both Danish Qureshi and Rajiv Tanushekhar want to respond to this. I have to take a very quick break. And for everyone who is skeptical, everyone who says that this could be a domestic dispute or a consensual marriage being passed off as a case of conversion, I will make you listen to the father of the young girl who allegedly was taken away by an already married man and taken several hundred kilometers away from her family. She's back now after much protest, but here's what her family has to say about their ordeal. I will play that in just a bit. Taking a quick break. Let's take a quick look at what else is making news across the country. Let's take a quick look at what else is making news across the country. Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and now has the debate over so-called love jihad reached Kashmir as well. Many people are skeptical, linking it to politics and elections, but they also must hear this man of an 18-year-old girl, he says, was taken away.
हम यहाँ पर हमारा रहना या न रहना यहाँ क्या फ़ायदा कुछ है आप ये बताइए कोर्ट हमारी बात नहीं सुनता है पुलिस स्टेशन हमारी बात नहीं सुन पुलिस थाने वालों ने हमको एफआईआर की कॉपी भी नहीं दी जो हमने लिखाया क्या नहीं लिखा हमको बाहर गेट पर आ गया यहाँ रहना वाली थाने का सेकंड जो SHO साहब जो वहाँ के थे चौकी अफसर कहते हैं ये मत लिखो पिस्टल था उसके पास ये मत लिखो मैंने कहा सर जो फैक्ट आपने किया तो वो तो हमने लिखना है कहता नहीं ये मत लिखो इस केस में मत लिखो सर
तो कोर्ट में क्या बताया गया क्योंकि
कोर्ट में हमको अलाउ ही नहीं किया गया ना कोर्ट में हमको कोर्ट की कोई कॉपी मिली ना कोर्ट में अंदर जाने दिया
All right, so they say that not only was there immense pressure, but also people refused to believe them. Tausif Shah.
First of all, I was just in the scroll on the screen which was coming up. Regarding the case number 2, you've already said that the girl has disposed before the magistrate. And then she has already agreed that she has done it by her own free will. So regarding that case, we won't, I don't think we would be in a position to take away the freedom of our daughter. Whether she wants to convert...
Nobody is arguing that. Which is exactly the reason why we have stated her case as well. And I asked Rajiv Chandrasekhar whether people like Khadija who are voluntarily having interfaith marriages also just get clubbed into this love jihad debate. We've already argued that. The point is, you also cannot whitewash or dismiss such cases as saying that it's all made up.
We are not dismissing it. Just we are saying that. We are simply praying that. Just please don't try to criminalize the issue. It has already been seen that while.
What is the definition of communalizing? Because somebody is protesting or asking for a law, is that communal according to you?
I'm telling you.
I mean, it is an inter-community marriage.
As I already started it, we said that we are standing with our Sikh brothers. Just tell us what they want from our side, how they want me to act, how they want my party, People's Democratic. What support do they need from us?
It's quite simple. They want you to support an anti-conversion law in Jammu and Kashmir. Do you support it? That's what they want from you.
No, just what I'm
You just asked, what do your Sikh brothers want?
We are
They're saying support an anti-conversion law.
Two communities. We are trying to divide two communities. We are calling it love jihad. We are calling it love jihad. We are giving it very different names. While as we should wait for the police investigation to come out, we would be the first people to support whatever the court says. If they say, obviously this is if they say this is a forced conversion, if they say that this is a forced
conversion... Sir, very respectfully, it seems you are trying to run with the hare and hunt with the hound, where at the same time, you are also saying that I stand with my Sikh brothers, I'll do what they want, but then on the other, when asked about supporting a law, you say the law is going to be communal.
Can you come up again, please?
Of course. The question I was asking you is, why run with the hare and hunt with the hound, where on the one hand you say we don't support crime, but the moment I ask you to commit to supporting a law, an anti-conversion law, you say no, that demand is communal. Why?
While starting this debate, we've already said that if the people want this law to stay in the J&K, if they want this law to be a law of the J&K, we cannot oppose it. Why should we oppose it?
You support it. Okay, that's a great beginning. That's a great... You will not oppose it.
But the main thing is...
The PDP will not oppose it.
The main thing is... Just let me come on it again. Now, let me speak full. Now, what I mean to say is that by putting this law in force, don't you think that we are taking away the freedom of our children? If there's a child who wants to convert...
So this is the recurrent argument you will keep being faced with, Rajiv Chandrasekhar. Final word on that. How will you determine choice? People will be hounded for their choice of marrying somebody of another religion. That's all you're going to end up doing for a few cases.
So Padmaja, look, as far as we are concerned, and I'm saying, stating our position, we completely subscribe to, agree with, and support Article 9, the right to every Indian citizen to choose his or her religion and practice his or her religion without any discrimination. The Prime Minister of our country has repeatedly talked about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas. Therefore, every Indian enjoys the same rights under the Constitution and under the law. This issue is a narrow issue about empowering and protecting our girl childs and our young girls of this country. You know, I know, and every one of our panelists know that for many, many decades, it is the women and the girls of this country that have been played roughshod with by a series of things. Call it community practices, call it religion, whatever. It is that we should reform, and we should do it collectively. Love jihad, or whatever the law is, anti-conversion law, is about preventing people using faith and using force and inducement for people to be converted from one religion to the other religion. Nobody will accept that that is right. And therefore, in my opinion, it is our government, our party has said this, it is for state governments to decide where this is a problem and create laws, because the existing laws are not adequate, Padmaja. Even though the two gentlemen are saying from PDP and NC that there is the laws are adequate, those laws are not adequate. Just like we got POCSO to protect the girl child, we need anti-conversion laws to protect women and girl children from being sort of exploited by this kind of practitioners of religion. And therefore, a normal discourse, a normal debate on an anti-conversion law should be welcomed by all those who want to protect the girls and women of any religion, as Sirsa Saab said before he left the panel.
Okay, Dr. Varshney, final word. It is a reform, it is not a new law. Yes, there are laws that exist, but when it has lacuna, you bring in a reform.
No, Padmaja. Please try to understand one thing. In the matters of girls, daughters, wife and sisters, there is one word exists, patriarchy. The role of patriarchy is very high in Indian society. Not only in Indian society, throughout the world. So we have to fight against the institution of patriarchy. When we fight against the institution of patriarchy, there may be one or two aberrations cases like this. It has to be investigated. Let there be a camera hearing. I am again and again repeating, I have seen with my own eyes that a girl has scored 96% marks. Her brother scored only 58% marks. The mother of the daughter says, no, she will not go to a particular college because that college has a lot of fashionable girls. And वो बिगड़ जाएगी. अरे मैंने उससे कहा तेरा बेटा नहीं बिगड़ गया, 52% नंबर लाया. So this is a problem with the patriarchy and.
But sir, what does that have to do with anything? It is not particularly feminist either to be plucked from your house and married off to a 62-year-old man who's already married. Twice.
That is why I said this is.
To be the third wife of someone is not particularly feminist either.
I'm not denying. Let there be an investigation. I'm not denying if this big of age gap is there.
So is it your argument that in the larger interest of fighting patriarchy, the odd girl can slip through the crack and be married against her wishes?
No, not at all. There should be an investigation. There should be a crime investigation. There should be a hearing.
But the argument is that the investigation will go nowhere because the current laws are found wanting. We keep going round in circles, Dr. Varshney. You say let there be an investigation, but when you ask for a stricter law to carry out an investigation, you say no, but that is not true. All right, I think we're pretty much going around in circles, but as far as the need of a law is concerned, there will be more voices. There are voices.
ये समझदार नहीं है.
Okay, sir, this is, I do not think we should mix up or muddle the two very different issues of someone foisting a marriage on you or the crime of being converted, taken away and being forced into a marriage. Both of them are wrong and both should be equally opposed. To say that this is wrong and reeks of patriarchy, so the others should just be left alone because this is the bigger problem is also not okay. Anyhow, it's up to the government now. Mr. Sirsa says that he has spoken to the LG, he's spoken to the Home Ministry as well, and something could be in the offing. Let's see where that goes. No crime should go unpunished. Thank you very much, all gentlemen, for having joined me on the debate.